Heather, I am at max capacity. I am going to lose my mind. I am full in business. So many requirements from me at home. I just want to hide. Please help. Hey, it's Heather Chauvin, wife, mother of 3 boys, former social worker, breadwinner, recovering hustler, and stage 4 cancer survivor. I'm not a fan of that term, by the way. Beyond all of these titles and labels, I'm a human being, just like you, attempting to navigate it all while feeling good. My goal on this podcast is to show you that you can live an energized, sustainable life both at home and in your work. It doesn't matter if you stay at home full time, if you work from home, you're a CEO, a successful business owner, or trying to find some inspiration. On this show, I attempt to keep it real with stories, interviews, and random thoughts. This is not a business or career podcast, and it's not a parenting podcast. It's both and so much more. You will laugh. You may even cry, and you may even get a little frustrated with the truth you've been hiding from yourself. I believe all human behavior is a language, whether it's through your child's behavior, your health, or a relationship. And when we learn to listen instead of react, we begin to understand what it truly means to feel alive and in control. It's time to put your big girl pants on and find your brave. Let's go. Okay, ladies, I am back and super excited for Wednesday's Q&A. This is such a common question that I receive from women. And listen, Mom is in control. I was thinking about my mastery coaching program. Mom is in control is not about female business owners. It is not about women who work. I am talking about the human spirit. I'm talking about the human being, and the women that I mainly attract are moms who feel this intense urge and chronic feeling of overwhelm, which leads to burnout. Now, why do I feel that I'm an expert in this space? Because I had to get a stage 4 cancer diagnosis in order for me to look in the mirror and say, Heather, what the fuck? Why are you living this way? And I also want to make it known to you that you do not need to have a cancer diagnosis in order to change your life. And I actually attract a lot of women in my coaching programs, which I'm going to talk more about at the end of today's podcast, because we are now accepting applications for Mastery and Mastery 2.0. So 2.0 business. Anyways, back on track. Some of the women that come in there, they're like, Heather, I have this urge and message inside of me to make a bigger impact, to, maybe you've started on your own personal journey and you're starting to see momentum, whatever that looks like for you. But they say, I don't have a story like yours. I didn't burn out, or I didn't almost die, or something bad didn't happen to me. And this is my point. Why do you think something bad needs to happen to you in order to give yourself permission to feel good? Why? Why does something bad have to happen to you in order for you to wake up to your possibility? That's my point. So today I want to talk about that. So the question that I stated at the beginning of today's podcast was all about overwhelm. So in a nutshell, this woman reached out to me and said, I'm at max capacity. And I've actually experienced this woman in real life. And in her presence and in her energy, you know that she is at max capacity. So I want you to think about somebody in your own life who is at max capacity. Because sometimes when we are at max capacity, we can't see it, right? We're way too close for ourselves, and our brain and our belief systems and our stories are telling us, we got this, keep going, this is the only way to be in the world. And I completely understand. I used to be this woman. I will no longer be her. I will never get close to becoming that woman again because I have boundaries. I have new levels of respect for myself and the people around me. The point of what I'm saying is feeling chronically fatigued and burnt out and overwhelmed is a non-negotiable for me. I will never feel that way again. Yes, I may feel overwhelmed temporarily, but we allow ourselves to get to this level of mental stress. Even if the shit is happening to you, even if the universe and life is literally throwing lemons at you chronically and pulling the rug out from under you, it's this mental strength. Mental strength. But it's not until you get punched in the face and knocked down that you realize you gotta do the fucking work when nobody's watching. Just because my life is good right now doesn't mean I sit in bed all day eating bonbons. By the way, I don't even know what a fucking bonbon is. It just felt appropriate to say. When you feel good, that is when you continue to do the work. And you have to break these generational patterns in your mind. And yes, my motivation might be higher today because I know what it fucking feels like to feel good on the inside. But listen, when I was starting and I wasn't even motivated to get my ass out of bed every morning, I had to dig deep. Putting my shoes on to just go for a 5-minute walk down the street, that took a lot of energy and effort. But for some reason, one day I decided enough is enough, and I went for that 5-minute walk. You know what? I don't even think it was 5 minutes. It was probably to the mailbox and back. You got to start somewhere. You have to give yourself grace. So now I want to give you some simple strategy or a visual. So this woman who's chronically overwhelmed at full capacity, having a conversation with her, and she said, Heather, I would love to attract more women in my life like you. Like, you're so proactive. You're easy to be around. You're easy to work with. Like, there's no drama. All the people that I have in my life or in my work, they're drama, and it doesn't feel good, and it feels gross. And I know I need to fire some of those clients in order to attract what I want, but I just can't. And here's the thing. That woman is going to lose me as a client because she doesn't have the capacity to be the person I need her to be to get me to the next level. So because she refuses to let go of what is not serving her, she's actually losing what she desires. Let me explain this more. So I'm going to give you an example. You want more energy in your life, right? Most of us do. So if you want more energy, then you have to let go of what is draining you. And if you don't know what is draining you, here's your action step. Get out your pen and paper, or pull the car over, put it in park, get out your phone, open the notes app, and write this. Energy leaks. And start writing a list of everything you do not enjoy doing. I don't like doing dishes. I don't like doing the laundry. I don't want to be in the car for 4 hours a day to go to and from work. I don't want to have to bring my kids to 5 different activities. Hanging out with XYZ person drains my energy. Being a part of this club, this organization, being on the board of this, eating shitty food. What specific foods? Pizza, chips, 10 cups of coffee, like whatever it is that's draining you. And listen, if you've been at this for a while, like I still got energy leaks on my list. I could go through my business and I could go through my personal and think of like, where are my energy leaks right now? And I could keep refining it. My email is an energy leak for me. And actually, just last week, I wrote it down, email. And so I looked at my email. And when I was in my email, I started observing, why am I wasting 10 seconds on this email? So unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. Great, starting to get rid of these energy leaks. Why is my assistant sending me this type of email? What does she need from me in order to never send me these types of emails again? So then I would say, hey, we need a new system so that these never land in my inbox. And we had a conversation about how I want you to forward me as minimal email as chronically possible. And then when we have our weekly meeting, it's like boom, 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 boom. We're dealing with everything right then and there. Because when I get 100 emails that you need my response, I'm never going to get to it. So if email is an energy leak for me, I'm thinking, how can I? I'm not looking at my email saying, oh my gosh, my life sucks. I just wasted 5 hours a day in my email. No, I'm saying, how can I be more proactive instead of reactive? How can I scale? How can I have an abundant mindset here? Okay, so back to the story. You want more energy. So now you could pause this podcast if you want to figure out what your energy leaks are or revert back to it. Now you have your list of energy leaks. Now what? Now you have your list of your energy leaks, of what you're holding on to. Because you need to take emotional responsibility. That there's something on this list that you're like, I don't know what to do. You might not know what to do. You might have to have some really uncomfortable conversations. You might. But remember, in order to get from where you are now to where you want to be, fully energized, you got to let go of this shit so it stops dragging you down. And not all at once. If your kids are in 5 activities and it's driving you bonkers, great. Put them in 4 activities. Say, we're not doing this anymore. We're not going here. And then when it's 4, do 3. Or if you want them in 5 activities, maybe you're not the one who needs to drive them everywhere. But if you're too afraid and you're like, what if I'm not doing it all? Then guess what? You got to do some work on your mindset. You got to do the work. So, what she wanted was more energy. More people who lifted her up, people who made her feel good, clients who were proactive instead of reactive. But by hanging on to the clients that were no longer serving her, the clients that drained the shit out of her, she was losing what she wanted. I'm going to repeat that again. She wanted the proactive, healthy, energized clients. But the proactive, energized, healthy clients want to work with people who are proactive and healthy and energized. So if your energetic vibration is not there, you're not going to manifest or attract that. And this isn't woo-woo shit. Do you want to spend your hard-earned money with practitioners and professionals who are not operating at an expert level? And if the answer is yes, then keep doing what you're doing. But if the answer is no, ask yourself why you haven't let them go yet. So when she said to me, I have a hard time firing people. It's like, why are you firing somebody? You're just letting them go. You're actually saying, I can no longer be of service to you. I think this person is a better fit. I wouldn't want to work with someone who is angry and resentful at me. I would love it if they gave me a referral for somebody who is more in alignment with me. I've actually had many conversations with professionals where, I'm a quick action taker. I'm what they call a quick start. So if I want something or my children want something, I'm like, come on, let's make it happen. How are we going to make it happen? We make Things happen rather quickly. We manifest rather quickly because I take action. I try not to stay in my head for so long. Because when we're in our head and we're overthinking things, we are not taking action to make shit happen. So I want to move with professionals who are quick action takers, who are the movers and shakers. So if I'm working with someone and they might be great at what they do, but they don't move quickly, I would love it if they gave me a referral for somebody who is more in alignment. That's the point. You're not firing people. You're not, quote unquote, letting go of them. You're being of service to them by pointing them in a direction that can better serve them based on where they're at in their life. So, for everyone who sends me messages chronically about overwhelm and capacity and I don't know what to do, Heather, to let go, you got to just fucking drop the balls. When you get to a point in your life where you surrender and say, enough is enough, let it all go. Stop returning the text messages. Nobody, unless someone's house is on fire or somebody is dying, it is not an emergency. It is not a fucking emergency. Start over. I remember when I was chronically overwhelmed, I would go in my email inbox and there'd be like 100 emails and I just look and say, there is no way that I'm getting through these emails. Do you know what I would do? One, I try to condition my clients to be like, okay, message me here, don't message me in email. And what I would do is I would go to my inbox and I would delete all my messages. All my messages. So I could have inbox 0. The point of that is because I'm staring at it, hanging on to something that's sucking the life out of me, that I'm never going to finish it. It's like, just burn the shit down. If somebody really wanted to connect with me, guess what? They're going to send me a follow-up. Yeah, maybe I lost a client. Maybe I lost an opportunity. This was the old me. I don't do that, by the way, anymore. But maybe I did. But does it really matter when I'm sitting there and the life force is leaving my body because I'm unwilling to let go of something? So you got to stop blaming the world for your energetic capacity because you created it. You created it. So ladies, for those of you who are following along, who have been on this personal development journey and you're starting to gain some momentum, I want to invite you to the opportunity to work together. So Mastery is my core curriculum program. This is not an entry-level program. This is an 8-month coaching experience. We have a thriving community of women who are here to be of service to you, to help you get to the next level. And this is the beauty of it. Women who want to gain emotional intelligence, who want to feel energetic alignment with their soul purpose and in their life, so that they can become the mother, the wife, the business owner that they truly desire to be. So as you're walking through this path, a lot of things that I hear from people is, I'm not yelling anymore. I know how to have positive communication with people. No more drama in my life. And oftentimes from this process, whether you're working on your business or not, I will hear people say, I've made 2 or 3 times as much in my business this year, just by changing up these energy leaks. So mastery is about feeling in control of your life and upping your game. And this year, we've also added Mastery 2.0 Business. So this is an extended version of Mastery. So you still get all of the personal inner work, all of the leadership, all of the Q&As, everything like that, plus business training on sales and marketing with me and some collaborative colleagues who are game changers and have been game changers in my own life. So I'm all about women helping women and quality women, ambitious women. And so if you feel like this is a right fit, then head on over to heatherchauvin.com/mastery. And on that application, just make a note that you're interested, what you're what your vision is, where you're at in your business or your personal life, and we will put you in the program accordingly after we set up your intro call if it feels like a win-win. So your next step is to simply head on over to heatherchauvin.com/mastery and let us know what's your vision, where are your challenges, where do you want to be, what have you already tried, and what are you excited to create in 2020? Now here's an added bonus for you. In June, I am offering a 1-day in-person event, in-person experience, and it's called Speak and Inspire. And this one day is going to be in Toronto, Ontario, so you can fly in, drive in, wherever you are. You're going to be hanging out with me and an intimate group of other women. And what we're going to be doing collectively, whether you have a business or not, you do not need to be a business owner to be in my community. You can be a woman who wants to feel alive in her life, who wants to parent from a place of presence and calm, who wants to say, I fucking love my life. But there also might be a message inside of you, or heck, you just want to be around like-minded women who are inspiring and have a message, and being in that energy alone may make an impact in your life. So this one-day experience is $1,500. It is not included. No one in the public can get it. You cannot just purchase the one day. And if you join us this round for Mastery or Mastery 2.0 business, it is included. So it's a gift from me to you. $1,500 bonus value included. So yeah, any questions you have, post it on the application, heatherchauvin.com/mastery. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the best investment you've ever made in your family, in your life, in your career, in your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, guaranteed, or your money back. And actually, I truly fucking mean that too. So head on over to heatherchauvin.com/mastery. Make magic happen. You are the only person chronically overwhelming yourself. Learn the tools, learn the strategy, have the accountability, get uncomfortable. You can do this.